Um, Happy Monday, guys. Thank you so much for being on. We have an incredible guest that honestly, probably for like the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been so excited to hear her speak. I got to speak on her team call last Thursday, and it was an honor, and it was super exciting. And I cannot wait to hear what she has to say. Her name is Jennifer McMahon, and we've known each other for like 4 or 5 years. We met for the very first time on a Beachbody cruise,
Yep.
But
there were hugs and tears.
Yes.
And everything was great.
We have a really special relationship. She is a $500 daily Beachbody Challenge winner because she got results. She has proof the products work, and she lost 55 pounds with Insanity and Shakeology, which is just what we do, right? This is what we do.
That's how we roll.
She's also a Success Club 10 legend and a 1-star diamond coach. And the thing I just want to add, I love her to pieces. You can tell she works hard in her fitness because, come on, get those results. Most people struggle with that. But one thing that I really love about Jen is like, I will just be on Pinterest and all of a sudden, I think your website is still Fit Possible Coach. I see her quotes, like her graphics everywhere. She just, to me, is like a social media queen and a student, and she's everywhere. And she's the kind of person that is the example when it comes to, putting high value out there into places like Pinterest and Facebook, and just like getting it out there so that it lives and it's evergreen and it reaches people. In addition to just her Power Hour and her vital behaviors, she's using social media to make her mark and to add value and to attract people. And I'm really excited to hear what she has to say. But do you want to say any more love about her? Not to put her in the spot.
I mirror every sentiment, and I think it's one of those things where even before we met her, we knew like she holds herself to a higher standard, and I think that's one of the things that is unique about the coaches who are successful is she holds herself to a standard. Like, this is what you have to do, right? So if you look at this is what you have to do, the people who are successful, oh, thanks, I can go like this. The people who are successful hold themselves to that standard. And ever since like the first time that I've talked to her, she's always, Chelsea said, always trying to learn more, always trying to educate herself so that she can do what she does better.
And implements it.
Right. And takes action. You guys have heard me say it a million times, like action. You can learn all you want, but if you don't implement it, then nothing happens.
Knowledge on ice is meaningless.
I think that's true with her relationships with her challengers, her relationships with her coaches, her relationships with friends,
her family.
And I just think that it's something that you can do if you so choose. Most people don't. But again, the reason why she's been successful is because she does hold herself to that higher standard. So Jen, thank you so much for being here today and agreeing to teach our team a little bit about what you do. And so we appreciate you being here.
Take it away.
I'm like honored to be here, to be honest. Like when, so as you guys know, as they mentioned, I have been following Chelsea and Rob probably since the day I signed up as a coach because we are all in Janelle Summers' like downline somewhere. And I first found them on social media when I think, Chelsea, you left your job. I think it's when you left corporate. And I think that's when I first saw your posts. And I don't know, you guys are so lucky to have Chelsea and Rob. And when she reached out to me to do this call, I was like, wait a second, you want me? Because almost everything that I have learned about social media, a lot of it I've learned from following Chelsea and the things that she does. And as Rob said, I never stop learning. So I follow top coaches not to copy them, but to learn from them. And that's a big thing that I've always done, and I've always taught my coaches. Because one of the first things that I do with my team is I'm like, here's a list of my favorite coaches that I follow. Do not copy them, but follow them to learn what they do and what's working for them, and so on and so forth. So I was asked to talk a little bit about Instagram. today. And I know Chelsea was talking about like Pinterest and stuff. I love all aspects of Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and how everything just intertwines together. I will say Instagram probably is my favorite. Pinterest is like the most effortless one because you just have to, I literally spend an hour a week on Pinterest. And usually it's just making some graphics here and there and uploading them. But Instagram is my jam. I love it and I love all the features. So I'm going to actually share my screen because I have some slides to show you guys because I'm a visual learner and that's the way I teach too, just because it works for me. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay. All right. So it dives right in. So I like to make things pretty too. I'm OCD, as you can you're going to start to learn. So I'm going to talk about Instagram, and I'm going to start with the basics of Instagram for you guys, because I don't know how much people know about Instagram, and I never assume anything. So I always start with the very, very basics, which is your profile, because this is the first thing that people see when they click on your page, and this is your first impression. Our pictures and our posts that we make are definitely valuable, and there's something that have to be good content, but at the same time your profile has to be like optimized. It has to be who you are, because this is what people are going to see. So something that I always tell my team too is create consistency on all your social media platforms by using the same picture through all of them. And the reason I say that is so that it's easier to find you. Say somebody's on Facebook and they're looking at you, and there's like 6 other Jennifer McMahons, and they have no idea which one it is, but then they remember that my Facebook profile picture was the same exact one as my Instagram one, and they're like, oh, that's her. Because if you have an Instagram profile picture that's like you and 6 other girls, they're gonna have no idea which one is you. And chances are, because your profile is your first impression, people aren't going to want to scroll and be like, which one is she? You know, people aren't going to take the time to do that. So you have to look at this as your first impression. Like you're going on a blind date with somebody, and this is the first thing that they are going to see. What do you want them to know about you? So for me, my bio is actually inspired by Chelsea. I love following Chelsea's bio and the little things she does with the emojis. So my Instagram is actually inspired by her. So I took what I find is about me kind of thing. I'm a newlywed still. I don't know if it counts anymore. I don't know. It's like 7-8 months now. Is that still newlywed status? Okay. I'm a newlywed. And I'm a mom to a little boy. He's going to be 5 in July. So like those are the first things I want people to know about me. Like when they come to my Instagram, what are they going to find? They're going to find a newlywed and a mom. That's like first and foremost. Secondly, I wrote founder of Team Fit Possible. I didn't put Beachbody Coach because I can't stand it when people put, I'm a Beachbody Coach. I'm a Star Diamond Beachbody Coach. Because the second somebody sees that, they're going to be, all right, this girl's going to try to sell me something. I'm not going to follow her because she's Beachbody Coach, you know? So yes, Team Fit Possible is my jam. It's my life. I've been doing it for 4.5 years. So I did put that there because that is me and that's what I do. And then I also let people know that I'm inspiring people through my own journey, because I don't know, the word coach to me makes me feel like I'm supposed to be a professional, and I'm not. I'm just a cheerleader. My goal and my mission is to inspire people through my own journey. And as you guys know, it's a vital behavior. And if we're not doing our journey, nobody's going to want to join us. So I strive to just inspire people through Instagram with my journey, because something you need to know about Instagram too is that people follow for inspiration. That's like the number one thing people want on Instagram. I actually have people unfollow me if I post things about my personal life, because I post so much about my own journey that when I throw out there like a Happy Father's Day to my dad, people are like, I don't want to see that shit, you know? Like nobody wants to see it. And then of course, to end the bio, you always want to have a way for them to connect with you. You can have a link to your Facebook. I recently found this amazing link because I, for so long, wanted to have like 6 links in my bio. I was like, I want them to find me on Facebook, and if people don't have Facebook, because believe it or not, there's still people out there who do not have Facebook. If they don't have Facebook, I want them to email me, but I want it to be a clickable link. And so I found this website called tr.ee. I know it's really small. As you guys know, on Instagram didn't update and the bio font is super small. So it's really hard to see from my screenshot, but it's link tr.ee. And then it's actually a site where you can create, here, I'll pull it up really quick. Link. There it is. And it's actually a site where you can add, oh, I have to log in. I'm not even logged in. Where you can add multiple links to one link. So when somebody clicks on, here's mine, for example, when somebody clicks on my Linktree link, they have the option to either find me on Facebook, fill out a contact form, join my team. They can go to my blog. Like, I can have every single link. That this was like, when I found this, I was like, oh, this is amazing. This is Instagram heaven. And I don't know if anybody has heard about this like whole shadow ban thing on Instagram, and like they're blocking accounts that use auto bots and like outside shit. This one is actually good. So because I know they're blocking Instagress, which got shut down anyway. Things that use auto bots to auto comment and auto like are actually being like dropped from searches. So all your hashtags are worthless because you're not popping up. It's called shadow ban, it's called. So Linktree is actually approved by that. You're okay if you have a Linktree. I know some people were asking me that. You are okay if you have a Linktree account. So you can add whatever. I have the pro version, so that's how you can see, like, I changed. Whoa, did I just do that? Did I draw? How did I do that? I have no clue how I just did that. How do I undo it? Eraser? Oh, there we go. I don't know what I just did. I didn't know that was possible on Zoom. I had no idea you can draw on Zoom. But I just did it. So I have the pro. I didn't do that. Oh. I'm like, wait a minute. So I have the pro version. So if you have the regular version, it'll actually have your Instagram handle underneath your picture. So I upgraded to the pro version. Actually, Linktree updated me to the pro version because they liked the tutorial that I did on YouTube, and they asked me if I would make one for pro. So they gave me a 6-month pro thing just for creating a pro tutorial for them. So boom. So I love it because I got to change it to match my blog. So if anybody does go to fitpossiblecoach.com, my Linktree link stuff actually matches my blog colors, because that's, I don't know, I just like to have, I'm OCD, I like having everything in sync. So this is actually my link in my bio, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So if you guys don't have one, like, go play with it. You can add whatever. Like, I can add, like, if I want to add, if I'm hosting a sneak peek into coaching, I can actually go through and turn this one on so that when I make a post about sneak peek into coaching, and Chelsea, I see you're really excited about this right now. If you have the pro version, you can actually schedule it so that you don't have to remember to turn it off. So if I'm hosting a backstage pass into coaching, and I'm creating a call to action post saying, click the link in my bio and join the backstage pass into coaching, when the backstage pass into coaching starts and I want to stop inviting to it, I can actually schedule it to be shut off at a certain time, or I can come over here and turn it off myself. But the link is there, so I don't have to worry about it. I love Linktree. I absolutely love it. I shared this in a group with Carl Deichler. We're in this, like, I'm here to help group. And I shared this, and Carl ended up sharing it, and it was like a huge thing. I love it. So it's approved by Instagram. You guys are good if you have it. So that's your profile. So now my next slide, because like I mentioned before, people follow people on Instagram for inspiration. So it really comes down to your pictures and having quality content. You guys have Chelsea and Rob as mentors, so you guys are, I'm sure, have top of the line picture training because I'm even jealous of the quality images that they have. But when it comes to Instagram, you really want to create scroll stopping images instead of scroll stopping text, because people are going to see your image before they read your caption. You have to think about it. Think about yourself on Instagram. How fast are you scrolling? You're scrolling pretty fast. And then chances are there's one or two pictures where you're like, oh, I gotta scroll back, you know, because there's a really good picture and you wanna actually read the caption. So that's exactly what you have to realize that other people are doing if you're doing it yourself. But the problem is we don't always realize that we're doing it. So sometimes it takes somebody telling you that, listen, you're scrolling fast. Chances are other people are scrolling fast. So you want to create like bright scroll stopping images. Try to avoid images that have way too much text. It's so tacky and it's too much and nobody wants to see all that. These are my favorite apps, and they're actually in a row because I'm OCD. So they're in a row of my number one to number whatever. Snapseed is my favorite, and I use that to brighten pictures. Honestly, like I'll take a picture and I'll just honestly brighten it the littlest bit just to add a little bit of oomph to it. Like I took a picture of my dinner tonight and I posted it, and it was pretty bright, but at the same time I wanted it to be like eye-catching bright. So I just upped the brightness a little bit, and I like Snapseed for that. They have different filters. I like to try to use similar settings on all of my photos, and it kind of creates a theme, so to say. I know some people use VSCO. It's an app on I'm pretty sure it's Android. I know it's on iPhone. And you can actually create the same exact setting on every single picture that you make, which is awesome. I just never got into that. It was too time consuming for me personally. I just try to keep it simple, but it's all about the pictures with Instagram. It really is. So we just created awesome pictures. So now what are you sharing on Instagram? This is like the most important thing. And like I mentioned before, people follow you for inspiration. That's exactly what people are following you for. Just like people on Pinterest are looking for motivational quotes. Like that's like the number one search on Pinterest is fitness motivation or Monday motivation, fitness quotes. Like people are looking for inspiration, and that's exactly what they're doing on Instagram. They follow transformation pages and stuff like that because they want to be inspired to get up. Posting a happy Father's Day to your dad, like people are like, oh really, you know? So I follow the reverse 80-20 rule on Instagram. And what I mean by that is I follow an 80-20 rule on Facebook, where 80% of my posts are about me and my life, and then 20% is about fitness and the business and whatever. I reverse that on Instagram, and I do 80% fitness, nutrition, inspiration, and then 20% will be a little bit about my life. Usually when it's my life, it's a backstage pass into coaching. So for example, this little picture up here in the top corner was my life, but it was me posting about heading out, having the freedom to take my son to a work thing. Corporate was in town, and I scheduled a meeting and I didn't have a babysitter. So I brought my son to my corporate meeting, which was awesome that I was able to do that. And he was actually really good. So I shared a little bit about that, and people found a little bit of humor in that because of his face, and it's a kid. So I just reverse whatever I do on Facebook. I reverse it for Instagram. So if you follow me on both Facebook and Instagram, they are not the same because there is a lot less that I share on Instagram because I want to share my life on Instagram just enough for people to know me, but not enough that it turns people away because Instagram is just a strange market. It's just strange. So I also share photos that are relevant to me and my brand and things that I like. You'll see a lot about pizza and donuts on my page, but I turn it into a funny because I'm funny. I try to be. And then again, share behind the scenes. And then number one priority is to just inspire. Even if it's just a picture of you, So as you can see, I used to post a lot of quotes. They were not getting like any traction anymore. Like no matter how funny I thought they were, they just weren't getting traction. So what I started doing was I started taking either selfies, or I would recycle old images that I would take, either professional photo shoots or something, and I would post that, but then post my quote in the captions. And I actually have been getting a lot of feedback from doing that instead of posting a blank quote picture, like as you can see in my little example here. I'm getting a lot more feedback by doing that because it's a nice picture and then it's a cute quote. Like for example, today I actually recycled an image from a past photo shoot that I did. And I made the quote, my mission is to be enjoying life so much that I have no time for like fret, worry, and fear or something like that. It was a little quote like that. And I was searching myself to see if I was shadow banned as I was like finding content for this call, because I'm always learning. And so I was checking to see if I was shadow banned myself. And I found out that that post of just me was the top thing. Like, you know how sometimes if you go into hashtags, there's like the top 8 or whatever. I was actually up there for this particular post because it was getting such good feedback and likes and comments. So I found I was getting way more traction as opposed to doing just quote pictures. So then that leads me to my next slide, which is what's something good to post and what's something not so good to post. Because I know my team has this question all the time. They're like, all right, well, now you're talking about pictures. Now you're talking about this. Like, all right, what do I post on Instagram? Quotes, health and fitness tips. Remember, we're inspiring people. Behind the scenes photos of your life, you working as a Beachbody coach, sharing your own journey, sharing Shakeology recipes without sharing the bag of Shakeology because it's like an advertisement. I don't know. I'm weird about that. I just like taking my Shakeology and putting it in like a wine glass and I share that because it's pretty. It makes for pretty pictures. Success stories, your challenger success stories, your own success stories, things that are funny because people tag their friends in them. They're like, haha, Jen, look at this. Like, that's funny. You know, things that are just not, that you want to like keep off Instagram is Beachbody stock images. I know Beachbody takes so much time in creating amazing stock images, but you have to remember you are not an infomercial. You are a health and fitness coach helping people achieve their goals. You are not an infomercial. You are just trying to help people. And when you post Beachbody stock images like that, you look like a salesperson. You look like you're trying to sell something exactly like the infomercial is. And that's just my take on them. They're great pictures. They really are. But they're, just keep them off Instagram. And I like to do the scroll check for myself, where I'll just scroll my own profile for a good like 20 seconds. And if I see something that screams Beachbody coach, like I'll usually remove it. Like I like to remove posts that aren't relevant anymore either. Like if I put like a now hiring coaches wanted post, after like a week or two, I'll remove it. Just because when people are doing the scroll test on my own page, I don't want them to see like that I'm trying to sell them something all the time. So my number one thing I also say is before posting, ask yourself this question. Is what I'm about to post useful, interesting, entertaining, and does it help people connect with me and my brand? That's like a really big question that you can use that for all social media platforms, honestly, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Is what you're posting adding value to somebody's life? Is it inspiring somebody? Are you trying to, are you too much of a salesperson? You might want to reword it, you know? So take that extra couple, like 30 seconds just to go through your post and ask yourself those questions. Will this add value to somebody's life? So next I want to talk about hashtags, because hashtags are like, of Instagram. Like, this is how people are going to find you on Instagram. You can actually get your picture on up to 30 different searches, so to say. Hashtags are actually searches that if you click on the hashtag, it pulls up every single picture that has that hashtag. So you want them to be relevant to you. Avoid Beachbody hashtags. Avoid hashtag 21-day fix. Avoid hashtag Shakeology. And post hashtags that are relevant to who you are and who you want to reach. A lot of these hashtags that I'm screenshotting here were just ideas that I threw together at one point. I use Google Keep. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that. It's like virtual Post-it notes. It's like the most amazing thing ever. I use it to store my hashtags. And I use that instead of the notes section on my phone, only because Google Keep syncs with my devices a little bit better. But I use it to keep my hashtags, and I'll keep a bulk of 27 to 30 hashtags in a Post-it so that it's ready to be copy and pasted. And I keep about 3 of them, and they're all relevant to who I am. And if you don't know who you are, sit down and make a list of 10 to 15 things that you like and that you enjoy doing. So for example, some of mine are, dog mom or boy mom, because I have a boy. Motherhood. I do things like I have a Jack Russell Beagle, so sometimes I'll do like hashtag Jack Russells, hashtag Beagles, because I have one. But you want things to be that are related to you and things I love the weather. I love meteorology. Like I'm a geek and I like stuff like that. But so the more hashtags that you have that represent you, the more you're going to find your tribe of people who are like you. If you love meteorology and you're a geek like me, you're going to attract people who like meteorology and are a geek like you, you know, because that's what you're hashtagging and things like that. I love hashtags, and that's how I have found the majority of my people, my tribe, is through hashtags and what's related to me. If you're ever looking for, I just actually found this today because I'm always learning. So when I was putting together content for this team call, which is why I love hosting team calls, by the way, if you've never hosted a team call for your own team, like, do it, because you can learn so much just from hosting it. So putting together the content for this call, I actually found a website called Websta.me. And you can actually type in a hashtag, for example, Fit Mom. It's too much. Fit Mom is like way too big of a search. If you actually type Fit Mom into this Websta.me, it gives you hashtags that are similar to the hashtag Fit Mom, but that are also smaller so that you can get noticed. On a hashtag like Fit Mom, you are not going to get noticed. It is going to be inundated with coaches and isogenics and wraps. Wraps, a lot of wraps. But if you use something like Websta just to get the idea of something that's similar to Fit Mom. Guys, even Dog Mom is overrated, to be honest. Like, it's too big of a search. You want to try to find something that's not 300 small, but not something that's a million quadrillion big. You want to meet in the middle there because that's how you're going to get noticed and people are going to want to find you. So when you're hashtagging, I love using Websta. Take that time, even if it's like an hour. It's so worth it if you take that hour, even tonight or tomorrow, come up with 3 different groups of 30 hashtags, and you have them saved and you can use them for months, and occasionally you'll change them around and so on. Like right now, my husband and I were seeing a fertility specialist to have a baby. So I've been trying to connect with fellow TTC moms on Instagram because I can relate to them now, and that's what we're going through right now. And I can talk to other people and find other people that can relate to us and stuff like that. So your hashtags are always going to change as your life changes. But if you take that hour now, like, you have them. You can have up to 3 of them to use for a long time. Now, hashtags also can be used on Instagram stories. So Instagram actually did a huge update in May. So as you guys know, if you guys do use Instagram stories, you'll see that there's filters now and that it's awesome. So it's like, I never had Snapchat. So like, I know some people always use Snapchat and then they're between Instagram stories and Snapchat. It wasn't a problem for me because I didn't have Snapchat. To me, it was a squirrel because I was like, I got to get people to follow me on the Snapchat. Like, it's too much work right now. Everybody's following me on Instagram already. But Instagram actually did an update where there's a sticker button and you can actually add a hashtag sticker. And when you add a hashtag sticker, you actually pop up on those hashtag searches. So there, when you click a hashtag, for example, dog mom, there's a little circle up top of all the Instagram stories that have that sticker of dog mom. It's like mind-blowing. You can reach people that way. Another way to reach people on Instagram stories is using the location feature, because when you hashtag your location, even if it's just, I'm from Manahawkin, New Jersey, so if it's Manahawkin, New Jersey, like I can connect with other people who are also Instagram storying Manahawkin, New Jersey. So like if you're ever out and you're taking a picture of your food, like post it to Instagram stories and add your location, because you can connect with other people who have also been in that area who are in that area right now, because that's a whole nother search engine you can show up on. So Instagram stories had this huge update, and I thought it was awesome that it had the cover, the face things, and then it also had the hashtag and the location. Another thing is, I didn't put it in here because I just remembered it now. Post adding your location as well in your post sometimes will also put you on a whole nother search engine. So for example, sometimes when I make a post, I'll just tag Manahawkin, New Jersey. And if I click my location, I can see everybody else who tagged Manahawkin, New Jersey. And I can like and comment and interact with those people, which does bring me to my last slide, which is like my Instagram extras and like things that I felt didn't need a full slide, but it's all put together in one. So I use the business activity tracker because it's there for me. But I also added at the bottom 10 to 15 minutes a day interacting with people on these hashtags. I do not go find other hashtags. I use the ones that I post because, again, I'm trying to attract my tribe. And I will set the timer on my phone because I will get lost in Instagram. And next thing I know, it's like 8 p.m. and my son's still at school and I forgot him. But I will set the timer and I'll do like 10, 15 minutes. Or if you're a mom, bus stop's a good time for Instagram chatting. And I just search those hashtags and I will leave real and genuine comments, not Autobot hearts. I will leave genuine comments on what the picture was. If it's a transformation, I leave them a comment saying, wow, this was an amazing transformation. You should be so proud of your work. Obviously, I don't leave the same thing for everyone. I actually take the time and I read the comments so I can leave a genuine reply back. And that's why your bio is so important too, because when you're commenting on all this stuff, people are going to come to your bio and they're going to be like, who is this Fit Possible coach, you know? And my bio says exactly who I am, and that's my first impression. Something else that I do as well is I will go and comment on big Instagram pages, like IG Fit Moms is a really big one for moms, and I'll just go ahead and comment and interact on that, because then my page is showing up there for somebody out there to just comment and be like, oh, she left a nice comment. What's her thing all about? You know, I'm not saying I get all my followers from that, but you're putting your page out there. The more you comment on things, whether it's the people you follow, the people you don't follow, big things, the more your page is out there. Hashtags, locations, comments, everything is putting your page out there. And really, generally, you can do it 10 to 15 minutes a day. Ideally, like set that timer, and then even if it's like nighttime and you're watching The Voice and it's commercials, take the commercials and like scroll on Instagram and then put it down. Like this way you're not consumed by it or something. But that's exactly what I do. Another tip that I have is have a call to action on every single post. And when I mean call to action, I don't mean join my team. What I mean is a call to action on Instagram can be double tap if you agree. That's a huge one, because that's telling people interact with my shit, you know? Like, leave me a like, just double tap. Like, if you put that first, people are more likely to double tap. Put it in cap locks too, and they'll really double tap. But that's a simple call to action, is double tap. Comment if you agree. What's your job? Like, you can ask engaging questions and get more comments. I mentioned before that I delete posts that are no longer relevant. Also, any chance you can, slide into those Instagram DMs. Any chance you can. Even if it's you find somebody who posted an amazing transformation picture, if you really felt that you connect with her from looking at her bio, send her whatever you were going to comment, send it into her Instagram DM. Some people might not read it right away, but it's a chance for you to slide in there and just start the conversation and leave that like, listen, I saw your transformation picture and I just wanted to reach out to you personally and tell you, like, you should be so proud of yourself. I personally had a transformation myself, and I know how hard it is, and what you did is absolutely amazing, and I just had to take the time to tell you. Just writing something that little that you took the time, like, that could open a whole new can for relationships. So you want those comments, but at the same time, if you get a chance like that, slide into that DM. This way you can start a conversation with them. And that's where I got right now. You guys, if anybody has any questions, I'll take any questions about Instagram.
Hey, so
first of all, you're amazing.
Incredible.
I always
you're amazing.
when I do these calls.
I'm stealing a lot of stuff and I'm implementing them because I feel like if I didn't, then I wouldn't be doing you any justice. I wanted to share this with you because you've been so gracious with your time, and I also want to bless the rest of the team with this. Have you been using DM videos yet?
No, I haven't actually.
Yeah. So you ready for this? So
yeah,
if you open up a DM,
you can just
you can just send them a video of your face. It's the most amazing thing ever. It works the same exact way as stories, except
I didn't know it did this.
Your face. It's so much better because, again, it's about, for me, it's about being as connected as we possibly can.
You're amazing.
So it's just like if you see a transformation and you say, hey, I know you don't know me, but I just want to let you know I saw your before and after picture. They're absolutely incredible. How did you do that? Whatever it is.
Use their name.
Use it. Yeah, you can use their name. And I'll always do that too, is even like when you're responding to comments, just like taking that extra second to know their name, it makes it so much more personal. Sliding into DMs is everything because
oh my God, I'm so glad you told me that.
Most people aren't using it.
And you don't have to type then. It's so quick.
Oh yeah, forget typing.
Video.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, and I think because I just went on, because I just pulled out my phone really quick and I just saw, I think what I missed, and I'm not sure if maybe other people missed this, the whole video thing, was when I saw that little camera there, I thought like, oh, this is me just sending like a Snapchat to somebody. But I love that idea because I do voice notes on Facebook too, just because I feel it's so much more personal, much more personal. Especially, it's also easier to explain things about a challenge group when you're actually talking it. But I love this. This is awesome.
You know, you can also do that on Facebook too. We started doing, I started doing filtered follow-ups. So I'd put like the crown on. I'd be like, so remember you wanted to join my challenge group? And they see your face in Facebook too, so both of them work.
So good.
Oh, I love that. I love it.
Everyone do that.
Yeah. But Tiffany, I'm going to unmute you because you had a question for Jen.
Okay, yeah. So I had 2 questions, if that's okay. The first one was, you mentioned about shadow banning. You kind of checked to see if you were shadow banned. How do you know? Because somebody else explained it, that if you're shadow banned, you wouldn't know unless you don't follow that account. So only your followers are seeing your stuff.
If you go, okay, so I have another account. So I actually have 2 Instagram accounts. And one of them I use specifically just for like quotes. Like it's like, I call it my Fit Possible daily push, and it's literally quote images. And I don't follow myself on that to check if I do it. If I didn't have that account though, I did see a blog post where she said she made her husband unfollow her, and she checks to see if she's shadow banned through her husband's account. There is actually a website where you can check to see. I came across it this afternoon and I didn't save it. So if I do find it again, I'll look for it after this call. I'll send it to Chelsea so she can send it to you. But where you type in your Instagram handle and it'll tell you literally like, you're good.
Okay, perfect.
And then Tiff, I'm sorry, just for all of us, because I'm like still in the dark about this. So shadow banning is when you use automated likes or hashtags. You get like, they omit your posts from hashtags.
Yeah, and you'll see a huge drop in engagement. And the problem is a lot of people think that they're shadow banned when they have that drop in engagement, because I know I did, and then I came across a blog where she said a lot of people think, but really you're not shadow banned. But basically what it is if you're using an auto bot system that, like Instagram, for example, which is now shut down, to auto comment and auto like things for you, then it will actually block you from the searches that you're putting hashtags. So if you hashtag shift shop and you're shadow banned, you won't see, nobody will see your posts in there because you're quiet. Only you can see your posts.
Thank you for that clarification. I have to do
I think I want to say it's the Beachbody Champions page, Jen Richardson, she did a whole live thing on shadow ban too. And that's where I first learned about it. And then I started looking more into it once I heard her thing.
Awesome. Tiff, what was your second question? I'm sorry.
Second question. I actually heard this from the live video from Jen Richardson. She mentioned if you're commenting your hashtags in the second comment, because you know how they told us to like switch that if you're doing that, they're no longer popping up either. So you need to put your hashtags in the original post. Do you think that's true? Have you found research on that?
So I just want to point out, I want to brag on myself because I implemented something. So the shoes that I just posted, okay? Right. I just posted that, and I'm in the top 9 for 29 of those 30 hashtags for that post. So that's your editing skills.
It was a comment.
Right. So the hashtags were the same way that I've always done it. Post the caption and then posted it in the comment. So that is not true because that's landing.
Yeah, the example that I mentioned before too about the post that is actually in the top of some of the searches, that I comment hashtag that. I never put my hashtags in the post. I just think it's so tacky. I actually learned that from Chelsea years ago. I started putting my hashtags in the comments, and ever since then I've never done it different. I will say occasionally I'll put like a random one in there, just like usually it's something stupid like that's how I roll or something like that, or like I do, as you saw in my bio, I created my own hashtag, which is something that I recommend everybody do too. This way you can brand yourself that way. But I call it the Fit Possible Daily Push, and I will hashtag almost every single one of my posts with the hashtag Fit Possible Daily Push, even if it's my personal account. This way people can find me on both of them. But I always do it in the comments, always.
Awesome. You're the best. Serena, your question about how you edit your bio with emojis. Do you mean like how do you come up with it? I'll unmute you actually. Hey, girl.
Hi.
Oh, there's a familiar face. I follow her.
Yes, I know you.
Jersey.
Yes, that's right. So in your bio, you had, I forget what it was. Maybe it was like a dog and a house.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Because I can't figure it out.
I just use the emojis that are on the keyboard on the phone.
So how do you like? I try to do it, and then it just comes out as like one full line. It's like
you have to create your bio. Like open up the notes section of your phone. I learned this from Chelsea too. You open up the notes section of your phone and just create it with the breaks in it, and then copy it and then paste it, and then it'll show up in different lines, like paragraph lines.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you.
It takes a couple extra minutes to do because you got to do it like in the notes section of your phone. But then you just copy and paste it and put it right over, and it goes through as different lines.
Awesome. Thank you.
On that same topic, I know a lot of people always ask, like, how do you space out your captions, or how do you get that clear space? And you could go to any of my posts on Facebook or Instagram. there's actually a Braille keyboard, and there is a character that is totally invisible. And so I save that in my notepad as well. And so if you wanted even like 2 lines, like giant negative space on your bio, you can just paste it in there. And it reads it as a character so it doesn't truncate it, but it looks totally invisible, and it makes everything look really clean and neat.
Yeah. I'm super OCD, so everything's got to be neat. Everything's got to be so neat with me. I'm like a freak about it.
Cool. All right. So we have 2 more questions. Jill, let me unmute you. Hey, girl.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Good. So 2 questions. Like you said, you have an extra Instagram account. Would it be helpful as a different user to go into the other account and leave a comment with additional hashtags to have your posts be found?
When other people comment hashtags, your post doesn't show up on a search.
Okay.
So like if somebody were to come to my page and write hashtag badass, my post won't show up on a badass search. It has to be the original poster who does it. But having another account and engaging with your account, like as a comment saying great post or whatever, like, yes, that definitely can help you increase engagement. But I mean, I got the idea actually from Shalene Johnson a long time ago about having an account. She has that Push Daily account or something, and she did a whole thing once a while ago about having another account for motivation or something like that. So I created an account literally just for quotes.
Awesome. Okay, and then one other question. Does anybody know what's going on with like the feed? Because normally when you go through your own feed, brand new posts are popping up first, but now I'm like seeing 2 days ago, 16 hours ago.
Yeah, I've always seen that.
Oh, okay.
Mine has always been off like that. Like I'll go like it and I'll be like, God, I look like such a creep. That says 6 days ago, you know? But I will say, if you are scrolling and you are double tapping on the posts, they will not pop up on top if you close out the account and come back in. It'll be all new posts that you haven't seen before. So like if I scroll through my Instagram right now and I double tap like the first 15 that I see, if I close out the account, those will get bumped down because I've already seen them and interacted with them. Then it'll be like a whole new 15 pop up on my feed that I have not seen.
Yeah. I don't remember when it was. They changed the algorithm.
In January or
I think it was in January.
It's like Facebook now, where they're going to put relevant content, and the more engagement, the longer it stays.
Yeah. So if you post a photo that's like just a clear blank space that no one's going to like, but you do that after you post something that people are going to like, it'll just get buried by the better one that you put up.
And Jennifer, I mean, this is something that I've seen as a huge boost for my stuff. I respond to every single comment, and I go back into old posts and then respond to all the new comments, and it just keeps popping it up. And so you can like make 5 or 10 posts last for a long time.
Yeah, it's super similar to Facebook in regards to on Facebook, I bump my own posts on Facebook. It's actually on my business activity tracker to go and bump a relevant post. So like on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, whatever my Sunday night call to action post was, I'll go back and either tag myself in it, like it, or comment, and it'll like boost it up again.
Write that down.
The what?
I said write that down.
It's literally,
that's awesome.
It's literally a way for you to repost it without like over posting join my team. You know, like my biggest one is just tag yourself, because what's going to happen is make sure that you don't tag yourself originally though, because Facebook will auto detect your face. Unclick it, and then say on Tuesday or Wednesday, because Wednesday is a really good another really good day for call to action posts, is tag yourself in that post from Sunday, and it will pop up on your newsfeed that Jennifer McMahon was tagged in a post, and it's the same post from Sunday. Mind blowing.
Awesome.
Like go back tonight and like 3 days ago or 4 days ago, if you made a post, like go back tonight and tag yourself in it, and you'll see more engagement.
Okay. And so real quick, when you said like you go out of your Instagram, are you saying you actually sign out, or you just click over to your other account and then back?
I click over to the other account and back.
Okay.
Instagram's got that new feature where you can control 2 accounts.
Yes. Yeah.
Thing,
okay.
So.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cool. We have 2 more questions, Jennifer. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Natalie, you said you had a question, so I'm just going to unmute you, babe.
Okay. First of all, you guys are all fan babes. And when I see you guys at Summit and like somebody runs and hugs you guys and like thinks that you guys are celebrities, it's me. I'm just like in the world.
That's how I was when I first met Chelsea.
No, seriously, like I saw Kelly Hudson at Super Monday. I was like, Kelly, Super Miami, and I was like, Kelly, and they like knew that I was gonna meet up with them. I'm like, you're famous. Okay. But anyways, 2 things, and I thought it was super creepy. I'm looking for a job locally outside of Beachbody. That's my dog, sorry. And I looked up the company on Instagram through my laptop because I have the app on my Apple laptop. And I was very careful to do it through my fitness page because it's an open page. And literally 2 hours later, they were friend requesting me on my private account. I don't know how it happened, how they knew that I was like connecting them and following them. So like if you're looking up somebody else that wants to like, I guess, mutual like type of page, they'll refer, I guess Instagram will refer you to them in the search page, which is completely weird because one page is private and the other one is public.
Instagram actually now has this new thing as well where it will recommend people for you to follow. And it's based off of the activity that you do on Facebook. So for example, I pulled up my Instagram. So if you're on your like Instagram profile, it's hard to tell, but there's this like top button up here that says like add friend almost, it looks like. If you click that, it tells you people that Instagram actually recommends you follow. And it's based off of things like this person follows you and you're not following them back. This person follows 6 of your other Instagram friends. So that's probably how they found you, based off of like, oh, this person follows this business account. And that's probably how they found you, because Facebook's got this new discover people feature that pops up a lot more than it used to.
Well, it was just the most oddest thing, and I was fine with it, like right away. Like if they want to employ me, you can look at my private account without no means. Like I got nothing to hide, but I do typically keep it private for, you know, like I'm also a nanny, or like my niece is a 2-year-old, and I wanted to ask you guys about that. Like I have certain pictures that my family does, you know, out of respect. Hey, like 5,000 people do not need to see my child's, you know, watching Frozen with you. I mean, so out of respect, I do have a private account, and then I have a fitness page. Now I have gotten feedback from my friends. They're like, hey, we don't mind that you're working out with Shanti, but change the image from one fitness page to your private account and change the comment, like your status of what you're trying to say. How would you guys recommend like your private account to be more like, yeah, to get people, but also more of like the coaching, drawing to attention, but yet your fitness, like how do you guys run a private and a public account?
So me personally, I would say as far as your private account goes, if your intent is for it to be private, you should have no intent of any business coming through that private account. So you should be working your non-private account like it is the only source of how people are going to connect with you as far as your business goes.
Okay, perfect.
And if there are friends saying you're not doing this, then they should be following the other page.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, they threw out there like, bro, we want to, sorry, I'm from Miami, so we talk with slangs all the time. So they're like, we want to support you, and we do, but either change your pose, your position, and change like what you're trying to say. But I like that better. Like, why put the same?
And they can unfollow you. I think that's the reality.
Oh, they said it out of love because they're like best friends and they're in my house every day. My sister's best friend, so they're like, hey, as an advice to not hurt your feelings, but some of your friends do follow both your page to support you, but you're posting the same picture back to back with the same content. We don't care. Like, I love you, but we don't care.
If that's the case, the slide that Jennifer posted with what you can post, maybe you need to look at that and say,
what do you post?
It's not just about the after workout selfie. And I'm not saying don't do that, but like allow people to see and know your brand, and take a little bit of time to develop what that is.
Jen, I'm interested to hear what you give as advice when people.
I'm here. I'm listening.
When people are struggling with separation of private accounts or not posting too much fitness stuff, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I never had the separation of doing a private account versus a fitness account, only because something that I learned early on was that if I wanted to be successful in this business, I had to open my doors and I had to be an open shop. And even if it meant not posting as many pictures of my son, a ton of people, is that my connection? Am I like awesome?
You're great.
Okay. So I always just kind of took a step back as to posting a ton of pictures of my own personal life. And I knew that I wanted to take this business to the next level, and I was just going to nix the personal account altogether. But my response to your friends would also, if they're saying it to you out of love, I would come back to them with the same love and literally let them know, like, listen, I totally get what you're saying. I understand how you feel about my posting, but I'm really trying to build my business here. And there's other people who do not follow me on my personal account that do follow me on my fitness account. And my goal is to inspire as many people as possible. So just double tap them. Like, literally come back at them with the same love that they're giving you, and not take it in a negative sense, because you can't let one person affect what you post, even if it is a close friend.
Oh, so good. Well, I think we can speak for everybody on the call tonight. I have pages of notes. I have 2 homework assignments with Linktree and redoing my hashtags. I feel like we're always redoing our hashtags.
I've always been.
But thank you so much for pouring so much value into us, for giving us visual aids, for having no secrets, and just being so generous with your time. This was such a valuable training. And guys, just pour love into Jennifer's Facebook and Instagram, and follow her, and don't copy her, but follow her and watch what she does. And thank you so much for doing this and leading this call.
You're so welcome. And of course, my team, by the way, was like blown away by your call. I've listened to it 3 times myself. So anything that I can give, Carl, as Carl says, I'm here to help.
I'm here to help. We're all here to help. One team, one goal, one beach body. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Thank you, Jen. Have an amazing night, everybody. And this call will be posted up on YouTube on our Shred Nation channel. So have an incredible week, and we will see you guys in the groups and on social media.